Hey, yo. What's up?
What's up?
What's up with you?
We back in the building. We back in the building. It
Why
feels
is it
so
always-
good to be. Don't question.
I'm just saying it's
No,
always
just
aggressive.
because it feels so good to be. It's like home.
But why does feeling good give an aggressive response? Feeling good is supposed to be
it's like a release. So that's my
God.
release. Your release is. And mine is we back in the building.
But I'm saying when you know get to that climax, you ain't like you like you.
It's a different release.
Oh, okay. Then what kind of release is this?
This is like I have control of my body.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, so like, are you talking about orgasm?
Yeah, of course.
I don't have control over that. Like that just happens.
Oh,
but
okay.
this, I have control of the volume, the way it comes out, the tone, the delivery. I have control of that, and I like
So
controlling
you can't. Have you ever tried to control your orgasm? Like you about to orgasm and you tried to like not scream and all of this type of stuff?
No, it silences me. You know this.
Yeah, well, not all the time.
Well, we'll see. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really, really, really good.
You are? I'm sure you are.
I am. This is a beautiful time. A beautiful time to be alive.
It is. I'm excited about our guest today.
Yes.
We are live in Spizzy Studio. We are in the Brandywine location. They have two locations, one in Brandywine and one in Allentown Road.
Yep.
You can follow them at Drink Spizzy. So shout out to Vic and Tislin for opening their doors and allowing us to elevate, to grow our business in a safe space. You know, and just be our crazy selves and grow our business and live our wildest dreams. And his dream that has come true. So shout out to them. It feels so good to be loved in the Black community.
And also to support. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important in the Black community.
Yeah.
Not just support through purchasing.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing, but also purchase through word of mouth, through collaboration, through everything, man. Anything that we can do to support each other is definitely a benefit to the community as a whole.
Yeah. We are live. This is so special. The reason why this is so special, our guests, is because one, they are here. They've traveled from Connecticut.
Okay.
And y'all know that we're based in the DMV.
Yeah. So that's a heavy. That's a heavy drive.
But I found her on Instagram. She did a wild video, a unboxing.
That's all you like. Is wild people.
I love women that are so bold and free to be them. I love a woman that can get on the internet with her, just in her no makeup, not decked out, and just speak truth and just be yourself and be funny and be free and be relatable. You know what I'm saying? And be bold in who you are. I love that because that's who I am.
I think that's a superpower.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think that a lot of people can do that.
They're afraid of being judged. Let's introduce them because I can see this is about to go into something else. We have the motherfucking Johnsons in the building.
Hey.
What up?
What's the nicknames? Bear and
Bun and Bear.
Bun and Bear.
Yes, that's
Bun and Bear.
been
That's
our hashtag
tight.
for a minute, and then our wedding hashtag was Bun and Bear forever.
So how did y'all come up with the bun? I'm kind of like Bear is kind of obvious. Bun. How did we come up with the bun?
I used to call her Honey Bun. When you first date and then you got to say.
Yeah.
How you doing, Honey Bun?
Yeah, when they laying it on thick.
Yeah. He probably still call you Honey Bun.
It's rare. Maybe on the card, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I got you.
It's usually just Bun.
You said you's married now?
What you call her? You call her baby?
I don't know what I call
Do y'all call
Honey,
each other?
you do call me Honey.
Yeah, I do call her
Do
Honey.
y'all call each other by name?
When I'm mad, or when he's ticking me off.
That's
Lamar.
the same.
Well, yeah. It's so usually when you hear the name, you're like,
You're like,
What?
oh shit.
What did I do?
he says my name all the time.
Because
Go
you
ahead.
piss him off all the
Because she
time.
be wildin'.
Yeah,
All right.
I feel you.
We just
I feel
started. Don't start. No,
cleaned up a
everything.
lot since
Alicia.
you. You cleaned her up. You cleaned her up.
Yeah, I had to clean her up.
Oh, that's a lie. Like, we gonna start not the lying from the beginning.
Cleaned her up.
So how I found her was, I can't remember who posted. Someone posted a video of her doing an unboxing of luggage, and you were unboxing
Yes,
Mia's
Mia, yes.
luggage, and it was the funniest thing. I was so tickled. I rarely laugh at things on the internet.
You rarely use that word. I've
Yeah,
never
I'm
heard
telling you,
use
that's
that word.
that's how serious it was.
Wow, you
I was
tickled.
tickled, and I rarely laugh at videos. Like he'll show me videos, and I'm like, that's not funny. Or my daughter will show me videos, and I'm like, this is very corny. But when I saw it, I kept watching it, and I kept watching it, and then I followed her, and that's very rare too, because
Right.
I don't follow just like
Any-
corny anything. So I
listen.
followed her, and the moment I followed you, I was like, oh, this was one of the best follows
Aw.
that I've made in a long time.
I'm honored.
Hold up, did you follow her back?
Yes, she
Okay.
did.
Oh, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All
How
right.
would you think
I was about to say.
Like, no, but thank you, bye. No, but
Thank you for
funny
the follow.
right? Funny enough, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Because I believe in authenticity, and I
Yeah.
believe in you being authentic to yourself. You need to be authentic to what you like.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people follow you just so they could get a follow back.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Because if you're looking for a follow from me because you follow me, I'm not following you. Because if
Yeah.
you're putting stuff out on your page, whether it's nothing
Yeah.
or a bunch of memes or just a bunch of food, if it's something I don't want to see, I'm not going to follow it because I don't
Right.
want my algorithm to get the wrong signals.
Yes.
And I don't want to see it on my timeline.
right.
I gotta work on that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it messes you
It's
up.
my
That's a-
timeline be trash.
That's a husband thing. I think that y'all feel like y'all just got to be nice and because like people will follow him because they see me posting him, and I'm like, you don't have to follow them back.
Yeah.
You know that,
I
right?
get all the invites because then they know she gonna.
Right. I'm like, people be
Pull
coming
up.
the back door through him because they come at me. I'm like, what's up? He like, yeah, we'll be there. No. I'm gonna bring her. No.
Day of, I'm begging, please go. I told them you were gonna be there. My mom said she wouldn't see you.
And I miss my Uncle Charles.
So it was just so good. So one of the things that I loved about her page is that she would come on, and this is how she talks on her stories. Yeah, y'all, so I don't know about y'all, but can y'all hear me? Well, it doesn't matter if y'all can hear me out. But yeah, so today, I mean, I don't know, but and I was like, I love her so much.
Yeah.
Like I found myself like going on Instagram, like, what's she talking about today? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he knows that I don't do that. Like, I'm not that person. But I was like, I really, really enjoy her. And then I seen that you're going to be at Fit Girl Fresh Weekend.
And we outside.
August 12th through 14th. He said, oh, yeah, he know the dates. Are you going? Are you going to?
That's a sore subject.
Don't start. No.
I feel you, brother.
Because I was, invited, I was like, I don't know how busy it's gonna be, and it's a woman-based type of event. I'm like, a lot of times, see, this is how you do, right? A lot of times, it's like, oh no, babe, is it men gonna be there? The husband's coming.
I shot myself in the foot.
Right, exactly. You shoot from the hip. I don't want to be there. If I'm gonna be the only guy. And then it's a woman-based event coming. It's like, well, we going to Philly, and it's like, well, remember when you said you didn't want to be there with y'all women? It's one of them times.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to him coming, but also it's just like, what are you gonna do while I'm working? I'm working, so I might not be able to entertain you and spend time with you. So are you gonna just be in the room?
Yeah. So Fit Girl Fresh is Za, FBF. That's
Yeah,
her
I got
10th
you.
anniversary.
Okay.
And Za was actually invited to our wedding, but she couldn't make it. And we've been following each other online for a long time, like since she started FBF. And when I started, the good thing, we started around the same time. I started my fitness journey around 2012, and she started FBF in 2012. I remember when she put her first T-shirt up.
I love
so
that.
when I was like, oh my God, it's so divine. You know what I mean?
Girl.
It was crazy because the moment I followed you, I think like 2 days after, you posted that you were going to be at Fit Girl Fresh
love
Weekend.
that.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
I love that.
So tell us about, before we get into like the good
Yeah,
shit, like
because I was going to
real
ask y'all to
deep,
include
deep,
us,
deep stuff.
if possible. Just me and Bear was like, yeah, hey.
We just like,
Yeah.
y'all could go
It was like jumping rope. We was like double dutch. When we gonna jump in?
That was it.
What do you do?
I'm a substation electrician
Okay.
for a company I don't want to say.
I was about to say, don't
but,
tell all our business.
Yeah, no, you don't have to say what you do. Like you could just, say like,
Basically,
Yeah.
they just, they pay well and
yeah.
All
I
right.
work hard.
I
You
can't
are
say
an
that.
electrician.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Alicia, tell the people how you.
Ooh, child. Okay, let's run the resume. Hey, I got Brenda. All right, so I am
Take a breath.
an entrepreneur. Oh, sorry, let me get to that
good.
again.
Go ahead.
I am an entrepreneur, and I'm also a content creator / influencer, YouTuber, and I'm me. That's what I do. I do me.
Yeah.
But as for entrepreneurship, I own an online beauty supply business called The Beauty Nomad. You can check that out at thebeautynomad.com. We ship your beauty supplies, your hair, your braiding hair, and all your, must-have products to you. I started it because 20-year hair care professional, worked behind the chair, worked in film and TV, worked for magazines and editorials and things. And in that time, one, I saw a lack of representation in an industry that is predominantly
Black.
almost only
Black.
purchased from black people and in black communities.
Yeah.
So I said, this is odd. And then two, a lack of convenience.
Yeah.
When as a hairstylist, and you open in the shop at 9 or maybe even 8 and 7 sometimes, and the beauty supply is not open yet, and you need products and hair, and then you're getting out of the salon 10 o'clock at night, and you still can't get the products and hair you need to do your job. So I started wanting to get the things that they need. So I was doing like local delivery as well as shipping orders out. So actually I was going to focus on local only.
Yeah.
And then somebody was pushing me, somebody I know, one of my sorors was like, oh, I want to order from you. And I'm like, I'm just local. I don't have a website or anything. But I took her order. I told her some of the things I had, and I shipped the order to her. I was like, that wasn't that hard. And I said, you know what? Sometimes God will push you. You know what I mean? You like, I'm not doing that. Like, I really was going to do the website because I'm like, it's too many different products, too many different sizes, too many different weights. It's too much work. I'm not going to do it. So my birthday is in February, and when she was pushing me, it was like the end of the year before, and I was just like, end of 2019. I said, you know what? Why not? If I put the website up and nobody buys, or just the people that locally buys, at least it's there for when people do want to shop.
Right.
Pandemic hit. My birthday is the end of February.
What
The
day is it?
February 26th.
Our baby is 28.
Oh, Pisces. I love that. Yes, you got a wild one on your hands there.
Oh shit.
Little ting ting.
Yeah, when they told me that, oh man.
You got a wild one on your hands. What? This is what you can look forward to.
And she do that all the time.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Hey, girl.
What's your sign?
I'm Aries.
Oh, okay.
Scorpio.
Ooh, that's spicy.
It is.
That's spicy. That's caliente. Okay. We ain't going there yet. Try to stay focused. But yeah, so my birthday came end of February, right before the pandemic shutdown happened.
Yeah.
Everything closed, even beauty supplies. So then it kind of really ramped up there. And I was like, that's how God will push you. Sometimes you can miss out on your blessing because you focusing on what you think you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And he's like, hello. Over here. So thank God I did. And they've just been doing that ever since. As for content creating and influencing, we talked a little bit before we got on the mics. It's what I've been doing. It's who I am. I have I can think of little video cameras. I was just talking with my friend. I always kept a digital camera in my purse when we went to the club, wherever I went. Like I just always was taking pictures and videos and content. Like I always was that person. So to be in this era now, in this space now where it's such a popular thing, I'm kind of like, all right, well let me put a little bit more gas on it, because I was just doing it being me, being myself, sharing myself with the world like I always do, because I talk a lot. But
No, you kidding. No, you don't.
I'm so
No,
shy.
you don't.
You picked up on that? But yeah, so I was just being me, but then seeing the response, seeing people who are like, oh my God, like, oh wow, so it pushed me, once again, pushing me into a space where I was just kind of chilling, being comfortable. I've been pushed out of my comfort zone, even being here today. This is my first, live podcast, recording our first together.
podcast?
Wow. We love busting
we
people's
love
cherries.
This is dope.
Can you grab the rag?
All right. One thing he gonna do, he gonna take it too. That's him. I'm gonna go here. He gonna go here.
This is what I love.
He gonna go for it.
That's a part of me.
So much. So how long have y'all been married?
Oh,
I think y'all just celebrated y'all anniversary a few months
March.
back.
So
It's going on
2018.
5 years,
It's going to
right?
be 5 years next year.
Okay, so 5 years next year. So y'all been married for 4 years. I seen that. So I seen on one of your stories that y'all like to bike ride.
Yeah.
When did that start?
You talking cycles or motorcycles?
No,
Two wheels.
Okay,
Well, it's
okay.
2 wheels on a motorcycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Bicycles.
Okay.
The way my health insurance is set up, I can't.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
How did y'all start that? Like the bike ride?
The pandemic.
For real?
So we talked like, you just kicking it with Shabu, getting to know them. Like you'll just be like, oh man, when I was younger, I did it. So he talked about how he always used to ride around. Like he would be on one side of the city, like on a whole another side of the city, he's not supposed to be like just riding around town. And I was like, I used to do the same thing. I hope my mama don't hear this, but
I was playing outside. She was
all right. I never said
being grown.
Ma, he's a
Ma,
liar.
step to the best. What's your mother-in-law? Yeah. Your daughter was out here.
All right. He is lying to you. I was just going to see my friends. And my mom moved
But who
us.
are the friends though?
They were my friends. My mom.
Y'all not gonna jump her.
Are
Y'all
they
not
male?
gonna jump
I
her.
did feel that they
What
both
happened
swing
in
on
the
me.
basement?
You felt that?
Hey, but I got your back over here.
What happened in the basement?
All right. So basically, I was going to see my friends, so I would like ride my bike, get on the bus, and then ride my bike to my friend's house. So I used to love riding a bike, and I just told him like I was like a tomboy, so I'm like I'm roller skating, I'm outside, I'm with the boys, I'm climbing fences and stuff. So we used to always kick it about that, and then we saw the uptick during the pandemic of people doing outside activities and stuff. And he had a bike at our old apartment, and he changed it outside, and somebody stole it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I mean,
That was
y'all-
before the pandemic.
that was before the pandemic. So
y'all
then,
live in Philly, right?
No,
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Oh, it's still up there. Yeah.
yeah.
People still everywhere.
right,
You right. You right.
So we basically he got another bike and he was like passionate about it, and he was kind of going on his own at first, and then due to some things I was doing medically at the time, I couldn't really ride that much with him. But then once I got the clear to do that, I was riding out with him too. So he pushes me to go because he be wanting to ride like we running away from to freedom. I'm like, bruh, get back to the house.
How many miles do y'all try to do?
I tried to do too.
Yeah, she tried to. Yeah, I try to do like 10 when I go out to ride.
Right.
When
Right.
she with me, I still try to do it.
Right, on the low. He be like, I'm like, I know this not the way. This an extra block. We could.
So this is this like professional bikes or just regular
No,
bikes?
this is regular mountain
I'm on
bikes.
the
Alright.
mountain bike.
Okay.
I
She got the
barely-
hoopty though. She got the old one.
I got all. So every time he got a new bike, I would get his bike. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
get the
That's
hand
what
me
you do.
down.
That's
That's what
normally
you do.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Because Black and I, we that was our first date actually.
Yeah, it was bike.
Our
ride.
first date was a bike ride. We were just riding, and we actually rode into a baseball game. And like it was our first date.
That's so
We rode
dope.
bikes into it. We rode like 20 miles.
Oh wow!
And then we rode into a baseball game.
And you called
we,
him back after that?
Yes, but you know, so for
Nah,
me,
but that-
you
that-
happy
I don't
in
think-
love,
we
like-
didn't, we didn't ride that far on that day, but I remember one day we did ride a
we
bike.
rode like
to
50
Yeah,
miles.
we went to Virginia. So we was living. I was living in DC at the time.
Yep.
We went over our friend's house who lives on the other side of DC.
Yep.
And then we went to
ate crabs.
cookout that was over here in
In Maryland.
We
On the
rode
bikes?
it on the bikes.
On the bikes.
And then we rode back to my
Your
house.
vagina made it.
Yeah, it made it.
It
It
made it.
was
It was
good.
tough.
It was straight. It was straight. It was,
I took care of it once we got
Oh,
there.
okay. That was a setup. He set you up. He like, oh, it hurt. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, well, it hurt. Yeah.
tap, tap,
Let me see. Let me see.
Let me be your bike seat.
Right. I hope my mom don't watch this. No.
Yeah, I got something that you. This is not gonna be as hard. Well,
Let me
it
be
is
on
gonna
one.
be as hard.
oh
but
my God.
Right. It hurt. I'm gonna give you the kiss.
So yeah, that's when I saw that I was like, oh my God, this is even crazier because we used to ride a lot before we moved out here.
Yeah.
So I'm a personal trainer, and back then I
Yes.
was super like smaller and just everything, and so it wasn't a hard thing for me to do. It was just another thing for me to add to it to
Right.
build my stamina up, because bike riding is different from running or doing
Even
burpees
walking.
and walking. It's so different, and you have to really like pay attention when you're out in the street.
She
and
don't
shit.
listen.
She don't.
We're not going
What
to talk
you-
about
what you
how he
mean?
stopped at
What
the
you
bottom
was-
of a hill. Who stops at the bottom of a hill and I ran into the back of him? And there was
Because
no
you
way to
supposed-
divert.
You're
So it
supposed
was
to stop.
What you mean? Was y'all at like a crossing?
Yeah, it was an intersection.
Oh,
the light
then
was
you
red,
definitely gotta stop.
No, no, no,
and
no,
people
no.
turn. I ain't trying to die. I gotta go to work the next day.
I know,
didn't-
but he's like, why you ain't use? I did I was pressing my brakes so hard the thing's locked up. What you want me to do? Go over the
Oh my God,
handlebars?
so did you fall?
No, thank
No,
God I
she
didn't.
just
I
crashed
was
into
ran
my
to the
bike.
back of him. Yeah, that's what you for. Hold me down.
He was your airbag.
Right. And then he gonna be mad at me like, you the winner.
Nah, but when we go riding, there's a little battle sometimes because she be. I tell her like you don't have to kill yourself. Like we out here relaxing and
Yeah.
she pedaling 1,000,000 miles a minute. It's just like
First of all,
What is you doing?
You heard the part where I said I get the hand-me-down bikes. The last bike I had was like
I'll
being
admit,
out there
yeah.
on
her
the
first
little Fisher
bike was-
Price one they give you. I'm like,
I set her up. I set her up on that first bike.
I
ain't
used to
gonna
be
hold you.
tired, pedaling mad hard, like he's blocks away. I'm like, why is my bike not going the same speed I'm pedaling? And he just smooth cruising, like. I ain't got to try that hard. No matter what gear I was in, it was slow.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what gear you was in.
The
You
wrong
was gonna
one.
ask her that.
The wrong one.
She said the wrong one.
The wrong one.
I have a question. Why did y'all get married? Why did you choose Alicia? Yeah.
I want you to go first.
Shit, put me on the spot. She was different. Like she was different from anybody I've dated before.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in a working class home, so that's what I wanted. I was like, I need to get a girl who works. Oh my bad.
You good? You good?
You good.
And every girl or woman that I got that worked, it was just like it wasn't working for me.
Yeah.
So she had a different career path that at first was a little like it took a while to get used to, but once I got used to it and I kind of enjoyed it, and then the interactions with my son was real important. Like,
Yeah.
it's my son, so
How old is he?
16, and was it the first day or second day?
Child, he took me like fresh off the plane. He'd go meet him.
Was it the first day?
Damn.
No, but it wasn't the first. It was like the first, like maybe the first time I spent the weekend out there.
Correct.
No.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people feel funny about people meeting their kids, but I was just like, nah. I had a couple females that didn't show my son love, and I was like, I don't want that. So I'm gonna get it out the way.
Yeah.
And she passed the test. So
Wow.
So yeah, when I met him and met my stepson, he was like what 8,
Correct.
about to he had just turned 8. His birthday's at the end of December, so just turned 8. And so he was like a young kid, and he didn't care about me. He was just
No.
like I think we picked
he knew
him.
what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
We picked him up and another friend, and we went like to a field, and they were throwing football, and he played football at the time. So like I said, I'm a tomboy, so I could get with that. I'm not just sitting on the sidelines like when we leaving. I'm me all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? And I love kids, so it was nothing
It
new
wasn't
to
hard.
me. It wasn't hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So why did you say yes?
Ooh.
Because of the ring.
No, I would honestly say I think I agree with it was different.
Yeah.
Right before so y'all know how we met?
No.
Tell
I was
us
gonna
though.
ask that next.
How y'all meet?
It go down in the DM, it go down. It go down in the DM, it go down, it go down. Okay. Answer your DMs, ladies. Stop asking me where you can find a man. He's in your hidden inbox.
He's in there.
He's in there somewhere. And y'all trying to be like, ew.
And if y'all got any old messages, delete them. Pre,
Pre what?
I'm saying.
All right.
All right.
Tim told you, he gonna always take it a step too far. Just a step too far. No. So we met on Instagram, but the funniest thing was it was soon as the Instagram direct messages launched.
Are you
Okay.
serious?
So like
So that nigga
before-
was waiting. He was waiting.
this is what I'm saying because
That's
before
messed up.
that,
I wasn't waiting.
before that you couldn't DM. So if
Right.
you wanted to holler at somebody on Instagram,
Yeah,
you had to go to
Comment, all that
right.
shit, yeah.
So if you didn't want it to be
How
too
you know all
public-
this information?
I don't. It's just an educated guess. That's all.
It's an educate, but when
What you
it's-
talk about?
Right. You had to go in an old post because you didn't want everybody in your business and be like, hey.
yeah.
So the funny thing was we was like flirting. We can't remember who followed who first, but it would be like an emoji here or there, beautiful here or there. But I noticed for him, I wasn't going to give you all that back because there was a couple other emojis already there. I'm not about to be the fourth hard eye emoji. So I was just keeping it real cute. Or if you came
Yeah.
to my page and said something, I say something back. So literally, I remember because Vine was still out at that time, and I was over on Vine laughing and cutting up, talking about, oh, Instagram got direct messages now, people going to be da-da-da. I come to Instagram, it's like, you have a video message from.
A video.
He came video. I was like, and it was him sitting there with a guitar.
Oh shit! Okay.
You know, I had a.
That was my reaction too. I was like, oh my god, he motherfucking singing them y'all.
Had a 5-string.
Right. I'm like, it's like a movie. This is crazy. Right? Like I'm like hype. So I press play. He's like, hey, I wrote you a song. I'm losing it. I'm like, and he strums the guitar. He's like, that's it.
I found that guitar at the tax sale for $10.
And look, it paid off. That's
exactly,
$10 you ever got.
That's dope. That was dope, though. I fuck with that. That was dope.
So I had to respond because, one, you're my first ever DM. Two, you did, I'm funny. You went funny with it, and it was cute and creative. And from there, we were sending little videos back and forth. And then, catfish is a real thing. Yeah. So I said, let me make sure you're a real person and you are who you say you are. And then we kind of talked off of that. But going to your question, why did I say yes? I think he was different. Right before I met him, I said to myself, I'm done entertaining what I know I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm done giving energy to spending time. I don't care if it's just spending time with you on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, why am I even talking to you? Because you're not even showing anything that I would want.
Right.
So why would I even entertain that? And I feel like a lot of women go through that.
Yes.
Because we just maybe want companionship,
That's
or
right.
we feel like we can mold. Mm-hmm. We out here build a nigga.
Yeah.
Now this is not build a bed. Like so I feel like a lot of us look past things that we know we don't want in the early stages, and then later on when he's still showing you who he was and you didn't believe him, you were like mad. It's like he told you so with him it was different. I'm from Jersey originally, so I'm thinking that Connecticut is geography's not my thing, so nobody judge me. But I'm thinking it's like 4 hours away, so I was just like, oh, it's nothing, but we kicking it, whatever. But he showed initiative. He was like, he went after, like, okay, let's go on a date. He agreed to meet me. I was like, I don't want you to meet me in Jersey in case you crazy. You know what I mean? Let's meet in New York. It's a lot of crazies there. It'll be harder to find me. So let's meet halfway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't track me down in Jersey. And so we went on our first date and all of that. But he showed initiative. Like, he had to work that day. It snowed earlier that day, but he didn't say, oh, let's do it another time. Yeah. Like, he followed through. Yeah. He did what he said he was going to do. So that was already okay, this is different. Because niggas be lying.
Like shit.
So I'm like, this is different. And then from there, it was like you said, like, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So he was showing me who he was early on, and that consistency stayed there. We had a lot of the same values and wanted the same things. Yeah. And it was different to experience that. And, it just like, all right.
That's dope.
Y'all seem like y'all have.
Yeah,
it is. Y'all, it's a super dope story. I love the song. That shit was good. Like, you can't not respond to that. Right. You know what I mean?
You knew it too.
He knew it. He could tell by her personality that she would respond to that.
Because you, as a man, you know what you can and can't do or say to different type of females. And I knew she would enjoy it.
Okay.
So I have a question for you though.
Go ahead.
So, I think that we're married to the same type of woman, right? And to be honest, for other men, it may be challenging, Have you ever felt like overwhelmed with her personality, or even felt like,
I love that question.
Yes.
And then felt like maybe, I don't know, like, so how do you deal with that?
He wanted to say it felt like maybe this ain't it.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to choose my words carefully.
You know how it is.
Like, I want to decide me.
Correct. You know how it is when you get into a confrontation. Like, it's like a roller coaster. It's going up, and you're like, I don't think I could deal with it. But then it comes back down, and it's kind of gone again. So I felt like we went through that because she talks a lot. Very.
How do you deal with
I don't want to say argumentative, but she's gonna get her point across. And for me, I'm real laid back. If I didn't like this, I would still drink it. She gonna say, yo, this.
Oh my God! This is the same.
This is not what he ordered.
Like I'm that kind of like, I don't want her doing that. She would do it. I'm like,
we set the green belt.
Yes.
This is It's not. I believe it's a pineapple. I'm not tasting a pineapple.
Yeah.
So that was tough though. It was. I ain't gonna lie. It was.
Yeah,
And now I don't want to say I ignore it, but like I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Like so when you guys see her videos, it's just like I live that shit.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, we need
seeing-
to start a club.
y'all seeing 7 minutes of 7 hours worth of videos.
Exactly.
He said when we came here, he was like, "Well, how long is it going to be? They're going to need
2
two 90-minute tapes,
tapes and shit.
double sided."
Yes.
How do you deal with it? Because I know you get overwhelmed. I know you love me.
At this point, it's like I'm kind of with him. Like
Yeah.
most of the time, I ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. Well, I say it to myself all the time.
Okay.
And then I say it to other people. I remember when dating my wife, you know, I would get comments that my wife is extra. And people say that, you know, she's extra, right? And I think people confuse that with her trying to be something that she's not.
Yes.
But when you're around it, you like, oh no,
This
this
is authentic.
is really her. Like she's extra all the time. But with being extra, she's extra caring. She's extra compassionate. She's extra loving, extra beautiful, extra all of these things. So, I mean, you know, at this point, it's like, look, she got a shirt. You know, I actually came up with the phrase, and it says, "I'm extra, you're welcome."
Period. I need one of those.
Because to be honest,
Get you one before you
that's what it
leave.
is. Like she's extra, but she come in the room and she light it up. You know, she get everybody involved. She's super transparent and vulnerable. So, hey, you either love it or you hate it. But the people that love it, they gonna get so much joy out of it. And it's just so many things that's gonna happen, you know, within that relationship that you're gonna be like, I'm so glad that she's my friend.
Period.
So
I'm grateful for you for just allowing me to be. You know what I mean? I've been in so many relationships where I had to dumb myself down or dim my light, or I was told that I need to in order to be in this relationship. And to be with a man that is like that, accepts all of me, even if you can be embarrassed, especially when we go out to eat. Because I like that fucking place on fire.
for no reason.
He be hungry as shit.
Where's
I'm like,
the guac?
he doesn't like the sauce. He doesn't. And he be like, I'm eating.
I'm like, oh, I don't. Okay, she right. I don't like it.
Look, real quick, we went to a restaurant, right? And I
Blew me.
hated the food, right? So I said, we can't, I can't eat this. So I called the waiter over. He is in like fucking it up, right? And I said, you know, we don't like this food. And then I looked at him and I'm like, right, baby? And he's like this. No, I guess.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of
I just want to eat. Like,
Exactly. And I can eat this subpar food. Like it's gonna fill me up.
No.
Take all of this shit.
Right. I flipped this whole table over. You knew this was trash when you brought it out. I literally went up and met up with some friends last night. I wasn't even eating with them. When I got there, my friend
is
had some
terrible.
cold nachos with it. And she was like, the food was nasty. I got to pay for these nasty nachos. The waiter came to take the food. I said, could you let the manager know that these were cold and they were nasty? And she
And
didn't
you
eat
didn't
them?
even, and you wasn't
I
even
wasn't
eating.
even part of it, but guess what they did? They took them nachos
That's
off.
right. That's
so
right.
listen, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
And I get it, because sometimes he's like,
Well,
can
we was
just enjoy
eating, so
ourselves?
we were getting fed.
Right. But I'm not gonna like it's I don't know.
Nah, I get it.
I think it's a part of our
appreciate
nature
it.
to nurture and make sure that y'all are okay. Even because, like you said, you would say that that's good, and you know it's not. She knows, like, no, you deserve the best. If you don't like this shit, take this shit back. Get him what he likes, so that he's not just doing it because it's here. He wants to feel like that was great.
And then the thing is, I don't know if he do this, but sometimes when they have it and they don't like it, then they gonna talk shit about it after, and it's like, well, why you ain't saying nothing? Why you said? Oh, no, that was nasty because we went to that wax spot. And
No,
it's
but look,
like, well,
that's her though. That's her though. So
that's both of us.
okay.
but I'm gonna complain there. You're gonna want to not complain and not ruin the moment, and we could have changed the location. We
I
could
don't
have
want
got
to ruin
something
the
else
moment.
to
I'm
eat.
trying to get some. I don't want to make no shit nasty. Then you fighting and you all mad.
And then you go home and take it home and shit. Yeah. Yeah,
That's always the goal.
It's always the goal.
Yeah.
Always the goal.
Always the goal.
Don't give a damn we go out for nachos or not.
Yes.
The goal.
The goal.
The goal.
That's the name of this episode.
The goal.
You were talking about Lamar. You were talking about just like the ups and downs, and that led me to how do you all handle failure within like your marriage when you have things that like failure in your marriage? Because I know
What do you mean like by failure in your marriage? Are you
So,
talking
like-
about business failures, or are you talking about like failure between them two, like they're trying to
something, just anything, whether it be like if you're applying for a house, a
Okay,
job, a
okay.
car, credit, anything. How do you
Gotcha.
handle like
I think
the
we're
stresses
in
of
our season of failure.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're in our okay, God. I said I wasn't gonna cry,
Well,
child.
people do it on the show.
We're
She be
we're
crying though.
Yeah.
she be crying. We're
You're gonna
in-
have to cut.
We're in our season of failure right now. We're currently trying to conceive. Have been, naturally, obviously since we've been married, but then aggressively utilizing fertility treatments, and it hasn't been successful. We just had our fourth embryo transfer a couple months ago, which wasn't successful after me having a major fibroid removal surgery because we thought that was the thing. Before that, we had 3 embryo transfers, none of them stuck. So I think this I would have to say this is one of the most powerful times in my relationship because you get to see your partner in a different light. So I love that question because how do you deal with failure? You don't know until you in it, how your partner is going to respond, if they're going to, fail forward with you, or if they're going to fail backwards and try to like bring you down, or just sit in the midst of the ugly. Like, you can have your moments when you're down, and you can have your moments where you're mad at or whatever, but where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So I feel like he's very optimistic in just strong in that way that he will just have this, just his aura is just like kind of positive, like,
Fuck it, do it. Like,
Yeah.
Like whenever she has an idea, like with her business ventures, and it's just like, oh, I'm trying to save this much, and it's just like, well, you got the money, just do it. Like, what the fuck, and with the IVF, I will say, like, ooh, that shit was tough.
Yeah.
Very, very tough. Like, I've never been divorced, but I think it might be tougher than divorce because, like, I can't do nothing. You just a person, and it's just like I got my
feel
feelings,
helpless.
and it's just like I don't want to tell her how I feel. And she's already going through her thing.
Yeah.
But it was tough. Like there were just days of just being in the garage, just fucking sitting there, just like what's next? Because my whole motto of fuck it, just do it. It ain't working. And it's just like money ain't helping it. So it's just like shit. Everything that I can do ain't helping. But my sperm. I don't know the proper professional term. But I'm just saying. That the money, the the advice is just like, damn, what I offer isn't working. So it's just like.
You're doing all the right things. You're doing everything they're telling you to do. You're having surgeries, procedures,
Correct.
Paying for all these things, spending money, changing your lifestyle, you know what I mean? Even down to me, like, getting into more vegan, plant-based lifestyle and all of those type of things because it's like, oh, that affects fibroids, that affects your hormones, like, you're doing everything they're telling you to do and then you're still not getting the outcome. So I can see where for him, especially as men who are providers, you feel like, hopeless, or what can I do?
So you were saying, the money can't help this. So now you have to figure out how can I be there emotionally and mentally and spiritually. How can I be there for her? How did you find the answers to those things?
Just small steps. Like I found myself just kind of like tippy-toeing, just around. I don't know. Even though I didn't do a good job because I'm a man, and we might get
Why
into
you say you didn't do a good job?
because I still stress you out every day. So
No.
but like outside of that, I would just try to like tippy toe and watch what I say and be more sensitive because like we're men. Like I don't know anything about y'all body. We think we do, right? You think you do?
Yeah. I understand.
I found
exactly
out
what
through
you're saying.
IVF. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how nothing worked.
There's a lot of women who don't even know.
Yeah.
When I get to explaining it to people, like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is, so wait, what?
And then you
What
got to
they gotta
deal
do?
with, you know, your parents. You know, we got older parents, like old school. Oh, what you mean you can't get pregnant? It's just like,
insensitive.
you know, you don't hear yourself, and it's just
Yeah.
like sometimes when I would hear it, it's just like, fuck, I'm not the, you know, she'll curse you out.
I'm the mouthpiece.
Confrontational. You're
Yeah,
not
you know, me,
confrontational.
I'll just take it home and be mad about it. She gonna curse you out about it, but
Yeah.
it's just having to deal with that. And also, I've learned through the process that a lot of people are going through it. Like I talked to most of my coworkers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we went through that shit too." And it's just like it gave me a little hope, but it's just
Yeah.
like I didn't get the results y'all got, so
Yeah.
it was still a
Not
little.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah, that's a tough thing. And I think like when he said, you know, I don't know how divorce feels, but that's really, really deep.
Yeah.
Like to be
Yeah.
in your marriage and feel so helpless to the person that you love the most and seeing them go through something that you don't have the answers, the things that you know that would help other things, that's not working anymore. So now you have to self-reflect on yourself, like, damn, how do I show up?
Yeah,
You know
and
what
it's
I
even
mean?
more complicated. I remember we had a show before we was talking about postpartum, and she was talking about, her and the guests were talking about their triggers, and we don't know nothing about these triggers. You know, there's no class for it. I'm quite sure that every woman is different. And so, you know, that's even more tough for us because the things that we think will be something to help you out in turn is something that could make
it
you
worse.
yeah. So, and then you dealing with your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure you still deal with it, you know, emotionally and mentally, whether you show it or not. It's
Yeah,
still
like even like it could be little shit like when we watch TV
yeah.
and people get pregnant or they're having a baby shower, like, or even being at a baby shower today. It's just like, how does
How'd
she
you
feel
feel?
about it?
Yeah.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
it.
and, you know, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that I was just talking to him about that on the ride down, that TV and film, I wish they could do a better job of properly depicting the journey, because it's always this like, oh, she did IVF and had a baby, like just right
Nothing
away,
like that.
first try.
Yeah.
But like even the show This Is Us, Kate is considered
Yeah.
morbidly obese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that could be a struggle for anything, because essentially they have to put you under when they go to retrieve your eggs. So one, sometimes you don't even qualify because of the anesthesia and the complications that could come from that. So some doctors won't even take you because they're like, you need to lose weight. We're not going to perform the procedure on you because it's a risk for us. So that's something that they did kind of touch on, but not really. And then they did kind of touch on how, due to health or just whatever, that she didn't really get that many eggs, and then they didn't really get that many embryos. They ended up with one embryo, and then the embryo implanted, and then they had the baby, but yeah, the baby was premature, but you know, the baby's fine, and yeah, the baby's blind now. But it's just like the IVF process, they made it seem like, you know, in my opinion, I felt like IVF was the big joker. Like, all right, you know, it ain't working. Here we come. We got the big joker. It's nothing. About to slap it on the table. You slap the big joker on the table. Here come a whole joker you ain't never seen. Like,
Nah, it's like a little joker. Then they got the big
Right,
joker.
yeah.
They throw the big joker
no,
on the
it's like,
table.
you know, on the whiz when they down in the thing and the thing start pumping up like
Yeah,
this. It's like
yeah.
it was the little joker. That thing turned into the bigger joker. Like, I hated that scene. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, yo, what is this joke? I never even seen that in the deck before.
Yeah.
Like, you, based on your knowledge, even based on the science, oh, it's 60% success rate.
Yeah.
Well, they don't talk a lot about the 40.
Yeah.
They don't talk a lot about the 40. Or the thing that they tell you, oh, it's more successful the more you do it. How? That don't sound like statistics. I don't really think that that's the math. Yeah, it's like, so you mean to tell me in order to be a part of the 60, I got to do it 10 times? That means 40% of that time it didn't work. But, you know, there's all kinds of factors and things into it, and I just wish that TV and film did a better depiction of it. Like I was telling him, there was one person doing it on some movie. She was doing her IVF injection at a party, like in the bathroom, just poop, and went back and party. Like, yeah, right. I'm in there sweating, trying to
Facts.
wrap my arm around my back and inject the right amount. I'm like, come on now, like, you know. It's so I really wish that it was brought to light in a better way so people could really have a realistic expectation, because I went into it thinking it was going to be like that's it, but now we had 6 embryos, now we down to our last 2.
Well, I'm not sure if we'll ever get that, but what I will say is, I mean, you telling the story, you speaking on it now is something that I'm quite sure is helping people,
right?
Like because I don't think TV gives a good depiction of much, like
Especially
marriage.
black people.
Especially black people.
Yeah. So,
Especially
I mean, with that being said, like, your story, I would encourage you to share it more and more, so that people can feel
I did start
like
sharing on my YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel, and it took a while. I didn't understand why. Every time I went to record, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting the video out. Like, it took me a while to really, cause like 2020, we're in a damn pandemic. Ain't nobody seen coming. We just minding our business here, global pandemic. And on top of that, to be going through that fertility process during that time, man. And then the very end of that year was my major. So I had a abdominal myomectomy where they cut you like a C-section, and then they go in and they're cutting the fibroids out. And now fibroids can be in the muscle or just kind of like hanging on the end, but if it's in the muscle, that's a lot of cutting, because they got to cut a lot of places. So it's even more invasive than kind of like a cesarean, because you're only getting one cut. They're gonna go in, get the baby out, but when they have multiple cuts to the uterus, it can be a lot more on the healing process. So I was telling people, I'm like, how do people have a baby via cesarean and then got to still lift a baby? They tell you don't lift nothing heavy, and then but you're still supposed to lift the baby, take care of the baby. What is going on? Because child, I was like, Lord, take me to the king. But I said that to say that was the end of 2020. So 2020 was just a whirlwind, and to be going through that, and like he couldn't even come into the and even my surgery, he could only come from 3 to 5 during visiting hours. I had to do that whole thing by myself.
That was so fucked up.
Yeah, and it was the day before New Year's Eve, so it was December 30th.
And they kicked her ass out.
They was like New Year's Eve. They was like 5 a.m. and my daughter, hi, we think we're gonna send you home today. How you feeling? Did you use the bathroom?
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
ma'am, you said 2 to 3 days. Why is you at my door in less than 24 hours? Y'all want to put me out because y'all want to pop champagne?
Oh my
No.
God.
Yeah, and I was like, and like, you can't really, if you know anybody had abdominal anything, child, everything tied to that, to the abs and stomach. You feel like if I breathe wrong, anything. So being in the hospital bed, being able to help you sit up when you need to get up or raise the bed. Now I'm at home trying to stand up, child. It felt like fire.
Yeah, it does. No, it literally, because I had a C-section with both of my girls, and the last my daughter, that was the worst pain I have felt in my life. And we have a 3-bedroom townhome, and our room is on the 3rd floor, and I couldn't be on the main level because we don't have a bathroom on the main level. So I had to be all the way on the 3rd floor on the lower level, and he had just got a new job. This is when he was going back to work, so he had to go to work, right?
Oh wow.
And so I was home by myself, like having to go downstairs.
Seriously?
Yes, go downstairs with the baby by myself.
Lord.
The worst pain. So I feel
Lord.
you. It was the worst pain. And the hospitals, honestly, they don't really care about black women. A lot of them, they don't really care. They will throw you out the hospital, not even really making sure that you're okay. Like, it makes me emotional just thinking about it.
Shout out to women and shout out to black women.
Period.
I think what would be dope but crazy is if men had the opportunity to feel what
I'm
y'all
just saying.
felt for just a little bit, so that we could be more understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because
one period, y'all'll be like, wrap it up, take the uterus out. I don't want it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
One period, not a contraction, not a childbirth. I think a period would send y'all over the top.
Over the top.
We did the so my sister had gave me like
the little shocker thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be like the thing for that. I didn't realize it was the same. It could give you that same effect. It was supposed to be a massage. I said, child, I ain't no massage. So he was using them because he like, he's an electrician. So, his back, stuff is always hurting. He was using them. And I was like, let's put it on your back. And then we were ramping it up. And he was like, oh, like,
Facts.
So then we did it on the abdomen. I'm like, yeah, let's see what it's like, child. He was in there screaming. I don't want to scream in this mic the way.
How did it feel?
I don't want to feel it again.
that's how I felt. It feels like I don't want to feel it again.
Right.
I prefer a migraine over that.
Damn, I hate migraines. Wow.
And that was like, we didn't even go, like, if it's level 10, I think we went to like 6.
Yeah.
We didn't even go to level 10. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I
He
mean,
was-
that's not dope, but
He was saying how, he was in a garage and he was feeling basically helpless. So during that time, I know you were going through like what you were actually like living it. It was you. Did you ever think how was he feeling, or how was he feeling
Yeah.
a ounce of the pain or the trauma or
Right.
the emotional?
All the time, because he's such a quiet to himself person. And when we're having those funny silly moments,
Yeah.
a lot can come out, but he naturally is just, I don't know, I'm like, what is going on in that brain? I don't know. He just always I have no idea.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, it's crazy because this was the first time I think that we were together when we found out it was unsuccessful. Most of the times he was at work. So it's like, I got to get the bad news. Then I got to call you and give you the bad news. So it's just like, and you're at work. And then
Correct.
I'm like, you're probably at work like, dag, wondering what I'm doing or how I'm feeling. And then it's just like, so it just sucks because it's just, I would say, I don't know how women who are single go through this, because even having a significant other and spouse who actually is caring and is there and doing the things you want them to do, you can still feel alone, because you still feel like, this is my body going through it. It's my body. Like, essentially his sperm is, like he said, he's doing what he's supposed to do. The money, he's working, he's being supportive, the money's there, the sperm is there. And it's like, you feel like it's me. So you feel more of a personal burden and attachment to, you know what I mean, the struggle. And so I would say a lot of times, I wonder what he's feeling or thinking, but then also you begin to feel like, well, I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to trigger him. So then that's where you can find yourself distancing, which is not ever healthy. So you got to find a good way to communicate about it.
Yeah, no, those phone calls were tough. I think the phone calls were worse than in person.
Yeah.
Because I'm at work, it's typically like the first half of my shift. And at my job, I have to be safe. I
Present.
I can't be thinking about something else because I can die. I work for the utility. There ain't no mistake. So
Right.
I would get those calls and it'll just be like, I see the phone ring, like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Before I answer, I'm praying like, just catching back up with you guys. I know we spoke last week, but
Circling back.
here's the call, and then you get the call, and it's like I felt phony because it's like I don't even know what to say. You just like, oh, okay, honey, how are you feeling? You go through those fake ass motions, and it's just like,
Are they fake though?
I would say yeah.
They are.
Because you don't know what to say. Like you don't.
You saying
So
what
you
you
just
think you're
saying what
supposed
you
to
feel.
say.
Yeah.
correct. Like I can't. Fucking,
And then also, I'm like, I don't want to be like, and then you like, should I come home? Like, so.
and I could tell when she called her.
What? Right. God, what? But yeah, like, so you don't know what to do. I think, even though we've been through it so many times, you still, because this was our first time being together, and we talked about it after, we're like, this was kind of more stressful because we both was kind of just tiptoeing around, because you're waiting for them to call you. They call you on a certain day, and they usually call you
You
around a
just in
certain
the
time.
house
You
just
just fiddling
like a
around trying to keep
crackhead,
yourself
like-
busy, but your mind is
They call you
racing. Yeah. And then
You waiting for that job.
and like he said, like every time my phone would ring, he's like, "Is that them?" So he's kind of like trying to listen without listening, and so it's just like.
Oh, you ain't put it on speaker? You ain't put it on speaker?
No, I didn't put it on speaker. But yeah, so it was, and this time actually was a little different because they said that I forget the term, but basically that the embryo started to implant, but then it didn't. So basically your levels could look, they based on your blood work, so they look at your levels, it's like it's not where it should be, so they don't think it's going to be viable and that it's not going to continue to implant. But they said a lot of women experience that even when they trying naturally, but they don't know, because like your period will come, so you don't know that you might have almost been pregnant or was essentially kind of about to be pregnant. So
This is a very sensitive subject. Tell the people how they can get to your YouTube so they can hear, like, because I know you posted the full story.
yes.
So tell them them how to get to your YouTube.
Yeah, so my YouTube is linked in my social media, which is my Instagram, which is I'm Alicia. It's I'm_Alicia_. My YouTube is also youtube.com/I'm Alicia. I'm_Alicia. But yeah, the best way would be to
Go
through
to your
Instagram,
YouTube,
and then my links to everything is there. And I have a whole series on my fertility journey. And then we will be sharing a series on my fibroid journey, because even though they kind of collide, they are different. And there are some women who suffer from fibroids but don't suffer from infertility, or suffer from infertility and don't suffer from fibroids. So I want to give them both the space, you know what I mean, for people who need that information, because child, is so much that I learned about fibroids and our health and our hormones and stuff that's in our foods and stuff we put on our bodies, and it's just everything's a thing.
They need it. Everybody need it. How do you find joy on the days where you feel like fuck, like where you feel
I
like
allow
you're in
myself
a
to
dark
feel
place?
it.
Yeah.
I think this is one thing, like, I really be telling God, like, thank you. I see people, and this is not to judge anybody, but I see people who don't allow themselves to feel emotions, and it feels like, damn, like, that must be miserable. If you want to cry, cry. I have been called Waterworks cry baby all my life since I was young. Yo, here she go, here come the tears, she can cry. Yeah, you're supposed to cry. I just recently saw something, they said, like, crying releases a certain stress hormone.
Yeah.
It's like, you're supposed to cry.
It releases toxins in your body.
Yeah, like, cry. It's all right. Let it out. Because, baby, after I cry, I'll be like, I ain't no stopping. No stopping.
How do you, I'm curious, how do you have all of these old school songs stored in your head, ready to go at the drop of a dime?
She's so witty.
It's just whenever I hear a song, whenever I get to say something, I'm like, it makes me think of the song, and then I just sing the song. But yeah, like once I cry, I'm like, it's like that meme. It's like, are you going to cry or boss up? I'm going to do both.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to boss up. So it's just like, I got to get, and when I have my moments, I'm like, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be in the bed. I'm going to be in the house. I'm going to eat what I want to think. I'm going to have me a little drink. I'm pour me some champagne. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then I will think about, like, next steps. Too many people suppress how they feel, want to go into action mode or whatever. And I'm not telling people to grieve how they want to grieve, you know. But it's just, for me, I got to feel my emotions. So that's how I'm able to find joy in the tough times, because I was able to find the sadness and the grief and be honest with myself about how I felt about it. And if something comes on, like just now, like if I have that moment where I feel like I'm going to cry, I'm not going to be like, stop. No, I'm going to cry while I'm still telling my story, and then I'm going to be over it. And I'll be back to, you know, and I wish that for more people, because so many people I see, I'm like, you need to cry.
Like shit.
You might want to let that out.
You need to cry.
What about bed? What about bed? Do bed need to cry?
Why are you calling him bed? His name is Lamar.
Does bed need to cry?
I think that I like that he's been, you know, obviously more emotional lately. And I think that you know, emotional maturity is a real thing. It don't got nothing to do with your age. Some people are not emotionally mature. So I think that his emotional maturity definitely has grown. And I think when you have a space where you feel safe to release that, and you're not going to be judged for it or be like, man, no, you're supposed to be. No, I'm like, we both in here crying. Where we about to eat at? Was it wings? It wasn't wings, right? Yeah, I feel like you should have the wings.
I love it. I love it.
She said, I feel like we need to have some wings.
Right, I do. Extra sauce. Tell them fry them hard, didn't I?
That's real as shit.
Really.
All right, so how it goes is, Alicia, I'm going to ask you which would he pick, and Lamar, I'm going to ask you which thing would she pick.
I can come up with some of these.
So
I
when
feel
I
like we
get
about to
stumped,
get this wrong as hell.
when I get stumped, you jump
I got
in.
you. I got you.
All right.
We about to do this wrong.
Who you starting off with?
I'm gonna start with Alicia. I'm gonna ask her what would you choose? Okay. And these are all gonna be all food things.
Not mine. Not mine.
Just mine.
Because I feel like he got so. I already know where he going with this.
Not mine.
He's not happy.
Let me
you know what
in my bedroom.
All right.
Okay, so barbecue or sour cream and onion?
Sour cream and onion.
Sour cream.
All right. Okay, so now.
No, it's my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
Morning or night sex. Morning sex or night sex?
Morning, afternoon, night,
For
midnight.
me.
Oh, for
Oh
you?
my God. He look. See, he got the. You said sex. He got distracted.
Whenever.
For
Right
her?
now.
After this.
For her, anywhere between 11 and 3 a.m. when she know I got to go to work at 5.
I'm a night owl.
So did he get it right? 11
Yes,
between
yes,
11.
definitely
All right.
night.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right. So now, later, or Starburst?
I'm gonna say now later. I never really seen me to Starburst.
I
Oh
would
wait,
pick
I had your
Starburst.
parents' house. Yeah, I see you Starburst.
Starburst.
Starburst. All right, go.
Chocolate or flowers?
Flowers.
Did he get it right?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever got me out chocolate. Yeah, probably flowers.
Okay.
Quick funny story about flowers.
Go ahead.
All right.
You see how he
So one thing my baby could do, she could save a penny.
Okay.
She stops me a lot of the time. Well, yeah, she does stop me most of the time.
He
A
needs to be
few
stopped.
times I be sneaking in,
Yeah.
doing my. But if I get her flowers, oh, these are nice, da da da. And one day we chilling, and she saw the forever roses. I want these. I'm like, "Oh, you don't want flowers anymore? No, I want these. I'm tired of them dying in a week. Da 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 da.
I'm not. I
All
don't
right,
agree with
cool.
them.
All right, cool, no problem. They're supposed to die in a week. That's what they do.
Yeah.
A week or two.
Yeah, they flowers.
I order them up. I guess she put them in a vase or whatever. Our anniversary or birthday came up. And, I probably messed up and didn't acknowledge something or get something. And you didn't even get me flowers. And I'm like, whoa, you got permanent flowers.
Well, you need to bring them to the front. Look, put them
what
up
I'm saying?
here, decorate them nice, put them to the front.
You picked them out, and now you telling me I didn't get you flowers. Yes, I did.
Yes.
Forever. You can never say I never got you flowers.
Ever again.
Ever.
They're forever flowers.
Forever and ever. Child, I definitely forgot about those flowers. I was like, you ain't
You
giving no
didn't get
flowers for
and
nothing.
you think in between the times of 11 and 3 that I'm just finna give you something.
Right.
In between the hours of it.
She gonna say, I forgot all about them flowers.
I did. They was part of the decor at that point, so I'm like,
Correct.
oh,
Now they
don't-
furniture.
They don't count. Yeah, they don't count. They don't count. I'm a woman and I'm allowed to change my
I
mind.
just went. I
Oh,
did
you
the
did?
flowers and chocolate.
Okay. All right. So I guess I gotta go to sex now, because that's just.
You don't have to, but
mean,
you
but I
want
want
to.
to.
Yes,
Give
yes.
another food
Good,
one. Give
good.
another
All right,
food
food one. All right. Fried chicken or fried fish?
I would
You
say-
can't have both.
I was gonna say, I mean, we like fried fish, but I feel like his go-to would be fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken.
Fried chicken. All right. This the last one.
Getting her hair done or getting her nails done.
Hair done.
Yeah, because I don't really. These is press on.
Oh, okay.
I pop them on and I pop them off. Finally,
Oh, okay.
I'm a busybody. They gonna break.
So that was the last
That was
one.
the last one. That was the last one. There was 5 of them.
Man, this has been a tremendous, dope
Yes.
interview.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see why my wife loves you.
Oh, thank
and then
you.
also you, brother, I see myself in you. Like, truly,
Love
for real,
that.
for real.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Yeah, so, yeah, just please tell them
Alicia,
what
tell
y'all
them how
going
they
on.
can find you, what you got going on, and everything.
Yes. Okay, so you can find me at Instagram and TikTok. I'm _Alicia_, and linked in my bio of either one of those profiles, you'll find my YouTube, you'll find my beauty supply, thebeautynomad.com. You'll find all kinds of things that I have going on. I will be at the Fit Girl Fresh Weekend coming up in August. And you can just see me on your internet streets. You know what I mean? The social medias and all that bopping around, Listen, one thing I want to say and commend you for is seeing me and recognizing that authenticity. I pride myself on showing up as my organic self because I feel like we got enough fake shit on the internet already. We got enough people pretending to be somebody they not. We got enough people making things look perfect.
Yeah.
So I come up there, when you see me, it's going to be given, I just woke up, crusty eye. Did she brush her teeth? We not sure. Afro, like, but she just had a wig on and was looking cute 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and it's off now. But I'm still gonna come on here and talk to you. I'm not
Even
gonna
I question it sometimes.
Right. No. One time I had a wig that
going?
looked, because he likes to play in my natural hair. One time I had a wig that looks like my natural hair, and he was so mad because he was like, I thought your hair was out.
Yeah, she had them Queen Latifah braids.
Set it on.
What's going on here?
Okay. I'm gonna be coming Meek Mill as soon as I leave here. I used to pray for times like this. I'm coming Meek Millie. Yes, I don't care. And it's like, yeah. So if I can encourage anybody else to do the same, like be yourself, and especially in a space where we talk about love and friends who smash, like if you can't be your real self in that, if you can't be giving Meek Millies and he still love you just as much as if you all dolled up.
I do it right in her Meek Mill.
Hey, dog. Trust me, me too. My wife got a little bush, right now. I be trying to grip it.
She's loving that.
Exactly.
Right.
I be patting it. I be styling it and shit.
Giving it to Steve Harvey, boxing it off.
Hey, I think it's time to wash.
Wash that. No, but yeah, like, come on. Like, I feel like too many people, like, when people always say, joke, like, oh my God, pray for Lamar. And it's like, no, he love it here, baby. Pray for yourself. Pray you can find a Lamar. Pray you can find a Alicia. He love it here. Be who you are.
Yeah, that's so true. Because people say the same thing about Black, like, oh my God.
But they can still pray for me, please. Please pray for me.
We'll take the prayers.
We'll take it.
This has been
hold up. We bad. We gotta.
I got a 9 to 5.
Right,
she's
don't
a star,
follow
I'm just
him.
a co-star.
I don't need to follow him. If you want to follow him, follow me, and I'll let you see him.
Your response could have just been, you could find me with her.
Yeah. You can find him with me.
I'm like Arthur Spooner, like you know what I'm saying. You need him around.
You don't have to follow him, follow me.
Yeah, because I'm every now and
he don't even post. I'm like, why is y'all following him? He ain't even posted nothing but me. And so you should just follow me, because now it's giving you wanted to see him more, and now we got a problem.
This has been one of our best episodes.
I would say so.
I will honestly say that I have never seen Black laugh so much on a show.
Yes.
That's true. That has to be true. Like, I actually got like a tear in this eye right here.
Like, he'll give a little, but never like a hard laugh for him. It's really hard.
Not as many.
As
Not
many.
as many.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick
Well,
question.
it feels good for
You got
us to
a
pop
question.
your cherry.
I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way that sounds.
Pop the shit. Pop
Nah,
the shit.
fuck
Pop
that.
that shit. Pop that shit. Pop that shit.
I don't have a chair.
I think it might have been episode 10 because I did do some intel.
Okay.
She told me. I'm like,
All right.
I need to see what
He's
he's
a
doing.
podcast guy, so he was like,
All right, so episode 10.
And was it gangbang or
Oh
train?
God, you about to bring this
Oh
up?
yeah. It was about the game.
I had a. I think I have to challenge you.
Oh, please, let's do it.
oh,
Challenge on the.
Okay.
Shalom.
All right,
I don't even know
let's
what's
hear it.
happening. I didn't.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I think
The train. We were talking.
the train is obviously.
Yeah.
I'm so concerned.
I guess. Is it 2 or more?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think it's more than 2. Well, yeah, it's 2 or more. It's 2 or more.
For the train?
Yeah, it's 2 or
So
more.
what we're talking about is,
Right,
in one
please
of our
let me know.
episodes, Black and I were talking about if he found out that I was like having sex with more than one man at a time, would he still have married me?
Ooh.
And so that's what
Yeah.
Lamar's talking
Yeah.
about, that
So
episode.
what would you define as a threesome?
A threesome would be. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think a train is probably 2 or more. I mean,
2
more. I think
Like
it's
3
3
or
or
more.
more.
Okay.
Would you agree a threesome is everybody interacting? Whether it's male, female, or female, male?
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I
I don't
feel
think
like
that
a
a
train is
threesome
more-
is in there. A train is like when you got a girl in the room and it's 3 dudes in that joint, and then one of them come out, another person go in, and then another person get finished, go out. You know, that's a train. But and I think it's related to trains because you have carts, following the train. So it's like, they go in after each other.
A train
Or a gangbang.
is like a gangbang is like a train, but a threesome is more like a minivan. We all in there at the same time.
Pick up the pieces.
When I did, you did, we did.
What you doing back there, brother?
Get your hand out my pocket.
Hey, we gotta hang out with y'all.
Right,
We gotta hang out with y'all. But look though,
Hey man, I had enough of that.
We could do this. We literally do
Where'd
this.
she go? Baby, come back.
Wait, she left? I thought that wasn't her.
Jesus Christ.
I swear to God, we do this all day in the house, just being
Yeah,
back in
this
the
is
wall.
crazy. But look though, so the question is, would you like? So if you found out that your wife,
And that's enough for this episode. So we're gonna catch y'all next time on part 2. No, go ahead.
so the question is, if you found out that your wife was, had a train ran on her versus her, you found out that your wife slept. Let's say that you found out that your wife slept with 10 people in the same year, but then you. And the other one is you found out that your wife slept with 10 people at the same time. Would one be worse?
The gangbang.
Thank you. That was my point.
I didn't say anything. I don't
Oh,
want to go
okay.
back to the episode.
All right.
I did not want to go back to the episode with
Yes.
Because it's okay if it's different times.
Correct.
you. But at the same time,
But at the
it's
same
a problem.
time, yeah.
Yeah. It's like ethics is
See,
out
we
the
here.
window.
We ain't even had to say nothing. We're here. I think that what the difference is like, because if a man is a part of the train, why is it not a problem that the man is at the train station trying to pick up a ticket? Like, let me in.
We already
So that-
know that it's double standards.
It is.
There,
I
but
think
Super.
any woman taking it on her sexual freedom and living in that is always going to be labeled something
Yeah.
different than the man.
For
and that's
Sure.
because you're accepting 10 things in you. We're only putting one thing in one person. So
But that 10 other things have 9 other things have been in.
And
That's
it hasn't
true.
been washed.
It's equally as damaging.
that's true. That's true.
And it's pre-cum, all type of shit
Oh.
in there.
All right, like you said,
Ah,
we done with this episode.
Hey man, what you doing? I had enough of this.
Yes. This is probably our
Top
best
2.
episode
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
I thank y'all. We definitely gonna come to New York, Connecticut.
Connecticut,
Y'all come
Come
down
on
here.
up.
Yeah.
And
Or
we
you
got
come
some
to
things-
Jersey too.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
we
wherever,
just make it,
come
make
to
it a
the
trip.
tri-state.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, y'all. We love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for coming down. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Friends Who Smash Podcast.
Yes.
We will see y'all next week. Make sure you are following us at Friends Who Smash Podcast on Instagram. Make sure that you click the link in our bio, either on my page, Sherelle the Trainer, or Mr. Alfred Duncan, or Friends Who Smash, and get tickets to our play.
Yes.
Our play is coming up October 30th, Views from Forever. That's our play that we co-wrote. Well, my husband started writing. We co-wrote it. We produced it. We directed it. We're the only 2 acting in the play. It's 7
that's right.
scenes.
We would love for y'all to come down for that if y'all
Yes.
could.
It's October 30th.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
so we'll connect. I'll let you know. So yes, make sure you get tickets to the play. We just released it, and the tickets are selling up. Continue to run us up.
Yes.
You know that Black and I are both entrepreneurs, full-time entrepreneurs. We need your support. We appreciate your support. We see you seeing us. We thank you so much for just allowing us to have this space to be creatives, to live our best lives, to live our wildest dreams. We thank you so much for tuning in every week and giving your feedback and
Yes.
all the things, and subscribing and sharing the podcast. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, babe.
I love y'all too.
I love y'all to be
We
like
love
y'all.
y'all. We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Black man in love. Black man in love here. I'm proud she's mine. I'm loud about it 'cause I love